Hello, gamers! Welcome back to Timberborn. Here we are for episode 5. Yeah, pretty sure it's episode 5 of our Iron Teeth playthrough on hard. And hopefully, I have the video settings right finally. I did some testing and it's looking good in tests, but it has also looked good in tests in the past and then been wrong. So, fingers crossed. But I have been looking around at the map and trying to figure out what our best area of expansion is going to be. So in my mind, we have three options. There's option one, which we talked about, which is this area. That would require a lot of finagling of this bad water to get it routed a different way. So that's going to be relatively expensive. Option two is over here. I was looking, we could actually move this dam, back up here and be protected from bad water intrusion in here, and then have this nice area and this nice area. This will dry out pretty quick. We do have a 2 deep channel here, and that'll irrigate about 8 tiles. So we'll have a little bit of irrigation here, but not much in the way of protection down here for droughts and bad tides. But it would give us a lot of good area. I'd have to kind of dynamite this channel all the way down, and then we'd be able to irrigate this area more effectively. And then there's this area right here, which pretty much, I think bad water comes through here, but we could dam up this or dam up, right over here and have a moderate amount of area to work with. And it's already set up with the sluice gate to be irrigated for those longer droughts. So I'm leaning towards this. It's pretty far from the district, so there's going to be a lot of travel time, but it's going to be the least resource intensive area to set up. So that is quite tempting. To do any of this, we're going to need more beavers. So I'm going to put in a new breeding pod right here. We've got more berry storage, so we don't need that anymore. And we'll slap in this breeding pod right there. And that'll hopefully get our beaver population up. I mean, it will, but it's going to be a long-term process. The other thing I was thinking about is I'd love to expand this industrial area here. And I'm thinking I might have food processing over here and most of my industry up here, and I'm thinking food processing here because that, I feel I can spare the 200 horsepower for food processing, and whereas the industry is a bit more critical to be fully powered in my mind, and we can slap some engines or something back here and really get this industry cranking. And in order to do that, I would really like to have this medium warehouse be right here. So I'm going to spend some science on a overhang, which I want to put, let's just go ahead and do it. So we'll get rid of that. We will pop a dynamite right here. And then that will allow me to place this 3x1 overhang and have a little bit more storage space right here, which will be very nice and give us a clean pathway through here to add some more industrial buildings. Really just moving stuff over. So that's great. The storage might be an issue, so we'll have to figure that out. Don't have that much storage over here. Most of our storage is set up here. The other thing I want to do is relocate these farmhouses because they can't reach over here, and I want to get going with some corn. So let us demolish some of these kohlrabis. And then we can kind of figure out where we want these farmhouses to ultimately go. And also, there's no real reason for the district center to be over here, so I'm gonna move it. And it may not end up staying here, but I think I'll just pop it right there for now. And that gives us a little bit more space to add some storage here, plant a few more cassavas, but this'll be really nice, and I will figure that out later. But that is going to be very helpful. So I'm thinking we get into corn because it is a super efficient crop, and it will allow me to have plenty of food for the new beavers that we're going to be adding. So if I plant a bunch of corn down here, this is probably plenty of corn, to be honest. I might not even need this area, but I think I'd like corn all around here to start. And this is a lot of corn, so I may end up changing this to a medium water tank, so we'll leave that space for the moment. And the builders are working on this, on getting those last campfires up and running, and we need to increase these. So let's speed this up and get some of this work done. Farmers are actually going to take care of this stuff before the builders get to it, which is totally fine. We're going to lose a few kohlrabis, but I'm not too fussed about it, because we are doing well on kohlrabi storage. But I just want to get these farmhouses a little more centered. Like, that one can reach all the way over, and it can reach all the corn right here. So let's put our farmhouses right here. And I want to add another one. So I think I'm gonna have 2 workers here planting, 2 workers here planting, and just 1 worker here harvesting. And now we can fill in those couple kohlrabis, and I'd like to delete these once these new farmhouses get up. So let's prioritize that. And they can take care of that last campfire later. I was also looking at this, and I only need 1 more tile for this guy. And I can move him right here instead of taking up space for trees. So I'm gonna do that. And if he's right there, yeah, he can reach all the pine. Right? Yeah, he can reach all the pine. So we'll get rid of that one. We'll also just reserve that space because I still don't really need any pine resin at the moment. And it'd be nice to get these last few oaks cut. So let's turn this guy on, and hopefully he takes care of those in short, in a quick manner. And we're getting these farmhouses up. Get our kohlrabis again. And we can get rid of this one. Cool. I'll think about the storage later. So that's going to be a good amount of corn. We're going to need to unlock the food processor. But first, let's blow this dynamite and put a new overhang, our new fancy overhang right here. Now we don't have enough metal for that right now. We have some beavers to spare, so let's turn on the smelter and the scavenger flag to get a little bit more in. And it makes sense to put a small pile somewhere here for scrap metal. So we got the new farmhouses in. That's awesome. We're gonna need a place to store corn and corn rations. I want to make a straight path here and think about storage for corn rations. What is going to be the best way to do so? If we pop a warehouse, this is not my strong suit. If we pop a warehouse here and put some stairs here, we can want actually corn rations to be stored there so that all their foods are close together. And then the raw corn will store near the food processing, which is going to be in this area. And they're already done with this. Fantastic. We can put our medium warehouse back in. This was for pine resin. Great. And we can extend our path. So next order of business is getting things moved over. I'm just going to slow this down a little bit while I think. Let's start by moving the smelter. It is in metal. Let's move the smelter over here. And yeah, storage is gonna be an issue. We will figure that out at another time. I think we will. I can put another overhang in here and have some more storage up here. That's an option. I just don't really want to get rid of any of this crop space. But yeah, move the smelter. Let's get this built so that we have a power connection. Do we have materials for that? We do. We will soon. We'll have enough metal blocks soon. But I don't think I'm going to have anybody working in here quite yet. The next thing will be just kind of working backwards here. A gear workshop and a lumber mill. And we'll also want power. And for that, let's unlock the steam engine and put it right here. Cool. So that's a lot of building for them. And they will get to it when they get to it. I don't really like how this is set up. I think it would be better to actually have the stairs there and get rid of that, which gives us a lot more space here. We'll get rid of this medical bed. Yeah, and then I feel like we're low on kohlrabi, so let's get some more of that in. Kind of low on everything. Is that... why is that? Oh, because this is flipped this way. Ah, I didn't think about that, huh? Well, that is fine. We can still get there. Just have to... I thought this entrance was down here for some reason. I still think this is better, at least visually. But we're gonna need to prioritize that before they take care of it. Maybe I need to put some more cassava over here, because we're low on cassava as well. That seems like a nice, good area for some cassavas. Do I put the medical bed back there? Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, you don't need to be working in there. Once this smelter gets built, I am going to delete this one. And we'll need to put I could just pause it. I really just want to start laying out everything, but we'll need this aquifer drill powered during the temperate season. So maybe pause it for now, and then we'll start working on this during the next drought or bad tide, the next bad season, I suppose you could say. This gear workshop. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna do storage. Probably just small piles, and then have some more bigger storage in the back. That seems like a reasonable idea. And I don't know if that's something that you would rather have me plan offline. Let me know. I don't know exactly what you guys want to see, if you want to see every single thing, or if I should do some stuff offline between episodes. Yeah, just let me know what is interesting for you to watch, because I don't know what you guys want to see. We're getting close here. Just need a bit more scrap metal. And our drought is over, so let's get this aquifer going. And let's pause this so that our scrap metal goes over here. This is lowered. You can be paused. And is this lumberjack done? He is. So let's pause. We can just delete you. Great. Now we've got all our pines sorted. That's as far as the forester can actually plant, but we'll clear the planting area so that these trees can spread. I think I just like the look of the non-planted area better as well. Looks more foresty. I don't want to unmark these because I don't want them to spread to here, because I have a plan for this area. And we're getting some corn in, which is awesome, but that also means we need to get the rest of this stuff going. So let me just pause here for a second and figure out what the food factory needs. Only 10 metal Do we have the rest of the materials? No, we don't, because they're all going into this. So we need to get gears going. And I think we'll just build up a little bit more materials because I mean, I could just delete this and route power through with some power shafts, but this whole area is going to end up getting sort of redeveloped for food buildings. And corn can be stored in these until, you know, the next crop. And we may need to get a 6th farmer in here. But we will get to there when we get to there. And I think I'm just gonna, since we have all these cassavas, I think I'll replace these cassavas here with kohlrabis as they get harvested. So we have another drought. That's nice. Don't have to deal with a bad tide. This is filling up nicely, which is great. Still thinking about how we're gonna expand over here, but I'd like to get this industry sorted out before we do so. Almost enough gears. We're working on the metal. I don't even know if we need this at the moment because we're fully powered for what we're actually running at the moment, but long term we will want more power here. And it's probably time to slap in some piles. So if we put a pile here for planks, then it's close to the gear workshop. A small warehouse for gears for, you know, this guy. And we'll say supply gears, just for him to be able to quickly store his gears, and then they'll get taken elsewhere by the haulers. This will just be accept because it's going to be coming out of here and then going into there. So that's good. That will get things a little bit more efficient over here. And we've got this small tank. I want another small tank for extract in the future. And then maybe it'd be nice to have a couple small piles here, but I think for now we'll just put one in for scrap metal for the smelter. I was gonna call it a metal press. It's kind of like a metal press. Cool, so we've got a lot of food coming in now. And we can get rid of this medium warehouse. There's kind of no reason to get rid of it, but we've got plenty of berries. It'd be good to get a few more haulers in. And we'll see how our population does with this new breeding pod. That is helpful. I don't think you can place campfires on overhangs because it does specifically say ground only. And as much as we'd like to get another campfire over here, I think it's fine how it is right now. So the drought is upon us right now. We can go ahead and pause the aquifer and start dismantling our old industrial area. So we'll get rid of you. We'll pause you and bring you over here. Cool. Do we need these planks here? These were for you. That's fine. It's fine for planks. Set to obtain. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, let's pause this and think a little. So we want to get rid of this. That makes me feel that I want to move the cassava fermenter back to here. Okay. And we'll want a food processor now. Food factory. Grab you, put you in right here. And we need to get you powered. That'd be a good place for, that doesn't power you, huh? I forgot about that. Maybe we'll move these around a little bit, actually. Maybe we'll put the food factory here, and then we can put the fermenter right there. Cool. And it's time to get rid of some of this stuff. And I want to get some storage set up back here before I get rid of everything. Do we just get rid of everything? This doesn't need to be logs here anymore. This could be, because we're going to get rid of our metal storage. So that can be metal, because it's very close to the smelter here. Which means we can get rid of this one. And you are logs. We're going to want a small pile of logs right here, set to obtain. And we will put some storage back here. This path might end up going away as we expand. We have some room on the back. But for now, we will throw some piles in here. Do I do like one here? And then what would it look like if I put some stuff? Like, what if I put maybe a small warehouse for, or sorry, a medium warehouse for gears right there? And then another large pile back here. And then we could actually put a small pile there. Where did I want this? Trying to figure out how to be the most efficient we can. And it's not my strong suit. So if we do this, get around there. Then if we get some stairs here, we could still have another pile right here, or rotate it, doesn't really matter. Well, then we could put, let's actually rotate it. Put a pile there, and if we put something like this across, that allows us to come over here and have another pile all the way there. Yeah. let's try this out. This is gonna be gears. That I don't really know what I want there. This will be logs. What else do we need to store? What else are we getting rid of? So let's get rid of these logs. We've got another warehouse for gears. We can get rid of that. Cassavas. I think we'll want a bigger warehouse for cassavas. Scrap metal. This can go. Oh, a bigger storage for scrap metal could be something that we'd like. So maybe we put more scrap metal up here. And these are all planks. So let's put planks here. Cool. And then this, I don't know what to put here. I could actually fit another medium warehouse back there. So let's hold off. Let's hold off with all this. I can't really fit one back there, huh? Because it needs an entrance. All right, that's fine for now. We got our storage moved. We'll also delete this. They're gonna have a lot of cleaning up to do. And we'll have no materials to get any of this done. So that'll be fun. Let's just get them moving again. We want to definitely prioritize these. And yeah, now we think about storage over here. Might be time to get the large warehouse. 250 science is not bad right now. So we've got a little bit of food storage over here, but it'd be nice to have a lot of food storage over here. So I can put in, actually I'm gonna pause again. Put in these two, and with an overhang there, I could put in another one, which I don't need right now. Cool. So we're making cassavas. So storing the raw cassavas is going to be more efficient than storing the fermented ones. If I could find them, they're at the top, which always kind of messes me up. Like, oh, because yeah, kohlrabi's was a finished good, so that's why it's down here. And this is yeah. I don't know. I always think that should be kohlrabi's. And we want corn here. Maybe, yeah, we want corn here. Maybe corn here, and then corn rations. Corn rations here, and then they'll bring them over here because it's now set to obtain. Set all of these to obtain. And then it'd be good to have another kohlrabi storage, which I don't know how tall these are. They look to be only one tile tall, but that can be deceiving. Do we just get rid of that and put a platform there? I think we do. We've got plenty of kohlrabis. We can clear that planting area and they'll harvest it eventually. Cool, we got all our industry going, we got storage in. We didn't get over, I don't know if we'll get to doing this in this episode or not. But leave me a comment. What do you think is, and give me some reasoning on why you think, let's call this area A, B, and C. Should we focus on area A? That's going to involve rerouting the bad water. Should we focus on area B, which is going to give us a lot of good land? I'm really tempted by this area. it wouldn't be very difficult to get this going. What would be difficult is keeping stuff irrigated. So this area B, and this is area C. Let me know in the comments which area you would like to see me develop, because you know it's a let's play. It's not watch me play. So let me know what you guys want to see, and I will take it into advisement. I don't know if I'm gonna agree. We're gonna need corn rations. You are gonna be fermented cassavas. Cool, let's get more science in. I also would like to put in a number cruncher in here somewhere. I don't think this needs to be running right now. It does not. And we'll need to get this reconnected before the next temperate season. Do I want to put anything else here? I don't really have plans to do more food right now, because then we'll need to get into canola and soybeans, and I feel that corn is going to take care of our needs for a good amount of time. So let's go ahead and just route the power back around. I'm going to bring this path over so that they can collect these resources back here. And we are getting stuff done. Want obtain, yeah. Accept, yeah. Supply, cool. Accept metal blocks. Did we? Yeah, we changed that over, so that's fine. You aren't doing anything, because maybe we need another metal scavenger to get going over here. Let's delete this. We'll build this when we get around to it. And let's throw another scavenger in, just so that the metal production is topped up. Because you see this guy, he's kind of, his productivity is only at 50%. So he needs more scrap metal. And we'll put our platform down here, put in our big warehouse, and this one we can have kohlrabies in. It's tempting to plant mangroves in here. I've thought about it, but we've got the bad water that comes in here. This dries out. Like, this will likely dry out this drought. We'll see how well this fluid dump can manage it. How are we doing on... Oh, we've got more trees up here. How are we doing on logs? We're low on logs. So let's get these lumberjacks going. They don't have much to do over here. So it makes sense to get these guys going. And I don't particularly need these paths. I've just realized, like, I can still get up here. Yeah, I think I want to get rid of these paths. Oh, you need to have a tree cutting area marked. Of course you do. Of course you do. Okay. And we don't even need this path because he can get here. So that's some more trees that we can put in. Get you going. And we'll get oaks over here. Missed one, of course. Sweet. Gives us a few more oaks. These guys are working. I think we'll pause you because we are almost out of trees to chop down here. And once this forester replants these couple trees, we can actually pause him because he doesn't have anything to do. Yeah, he's done for now, and you are done for now. And we'll get our wood from up here. Well, as I say that, now 2 new oaks have grown. Let's maybe get you back in. How are we doing on workers? Only got 4 haulers right now. Do we need all this stuff going? At the moment, no, we don't. It's nice to build up some stock of some of these things, though. So, but they've got a lot of resources to clean up. Did we put the warehouse in? We did. Okay. The foundation's not there because this isn't built yet. So cool. We're going to be having a lot of corn rations. We're already topped up in this storage. So that is awesome for the food. The water's still coming along. And we've got our industrial area set up for now, which is sweet. So while they build this, we can think about what we want to do. This is just going to be so easy. Maybe that's what I start with, and then these a little bit more intensive projects over here can come next. Because for this, all I need to do is just put down like a floodgate and a couple levees, and then it's done. And then it's done, and now we have all this more land to work with here. I want the levee instead of dams because I can get a little bit more evaporation. Well, it doesn't matter so much because we have a sluice, huh? Okay, let's make it a dam then. Whoops. That would be fine too. What is back here? Can lower the... What does this look like? Okay. Yeah, dam is fine there. Actually, like long term, we'll just put in a sluice, I think, for development later. And we'll just set it to closed right now. And we need to get a path over here. So, what's the most direct? I can come down here, or I can come over this way. Let's come this way. This is fine. And for now, just go straight down here to build this stuff. So area C will get done. So now, area A or B? Which is the one that we would like to develop? Let me know in the comments. And you guys aren't doing anything again. I just, I don't like seeing beavers just sitting around doing nothing. So we'll let this forest grow some more. And we're still getting decent wood income from here. But that's why I feel like I want to expand, because what we have for wood income is not very great. I've dedicated a huge amount of space to this tapper shack. He was just sitting on his butt, not doing anything. because we don't have a huge need for treated planks right now. But I think long term, having all of the pine resin production close to the wood workshop is a smart call. Even if it is objectively a huge waste of space right now. And like, we could probably keep chopping down this forest. Like, this is a pretty good amount. I don't know. We'll see. If we need wood, we'll chop down this side. Because this is a good amount of pines. We may do that. Because this wood number... I mean, I have a lot of logs on the ground over here that they're not getting to yet. Maybe let's get some builders in to just get these projects finished and get all this stuff cleaned up. Still got plenty of berries. And we've got just the corn is such an efficient food. I mean, we've got so much corn already, and we just put that in at the beginning of the episode, which is really nice. And he, is not keeping this up. He's not able to keep it full, but it's gonna be full enough to keep us from having a bunch of crop failure. So he's fighting a losing battle, but as long as this stays irrigated until the next wet season, we are fine. So he's doing good work over there. I believe this would have dried out by now if we didn't have this water dump working. So that's going to be our interim solution to keep this full. But longer term, I want to, as I said, raise this up, put some mechanical, maybe just one mechanical fluid pump in here, and that will allow us to take more advantage of this water seep. That is the idea. And I'll have to do a little tinkering with how I want to do that. And then we still have this like bad tide problem. It's not going to resolve the bad tide problem. The only thing, I could like put a bad water pump right there. I don't really want to do that. It's just still more micromanagement. This is going to be, I don't love this because I feel like it's always going to be micromanagement. I mean, it eventually will probably, I feel like it's just always going to be micromanagement. Unless we decide, hey, we don't need this water source anymore. We've got, other aquifers going. We can just keep this full, not even worry, like box that thing in and just forget about it. That would be, many cycles from now. But as it is right now, it's a bit tedious to manage this thing. I don't like having to do too much, changing too much in between seasons, because the way I like to play this game is just eventually be able to just take my hands off the keyboard, run the game overnight if I wanted to. If I have a massive building project, put a bunch of stuff in, I know everything in my colony is automated, everything's good, run the game overnight to build some massive thing, and just, maybe I can do like a time lapse for huge building projects like that. That'd be kind of cool. But as this is right now, we always, unless there's some ingenious solution that I'm not thinking of yet, my brain's still kind of churning on how to automate this in an effective way. Because we can't just put a sluice right here. If we put a sluice here, then during the bad tide, this fills up with contaminated water, and we can't do anything like once the temperate season starts, we want to let that bad water out right away, but not before the start of the temperate season. You can do these things with a mod, but I don't really want to put any mods on this playthrough. Just keep it vanilla, and I don't know if that mod is even working for update 1.0 right now. And it would be cool to show a solution for this without using mods. But as I was saying, the sluice, it can't just like immediately let the bad water out the moment the temperate season begins. It has to wait for the, if we put it at a threshold that's say like 50% or whatever, first off, we're just gonna get a bunch of contamination in here during the bad tide. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a setting with a sluice that would work, but I just don't feel like risking it. I would need to kind of do that in a test map, I think. Anyway, enough complaining. How are they doing on this project? They're almost done over here. Very nice. How much power are we using? Only 170. So we can just kind of leave this on right now until we get more power-hungry buildings over there. And the water will be coming back, and this dude did his job. We are good. We are not having anything dry out, which is fantastic. I mean, these trees are drying out. That's because, you know, we don't have a water dump in here. That's all right. I can get rid of those and put in platforms, but also it's fine. It doesn't really make much of a difference. So yeah, I think there's a solution with this, with like mechanical pumps and like an aqueduct to take the water away. But you know, because you could have a bad water. Yeah, you can automate this with a lot of infrastructure, but we're not there yet in terms of our tech level and our workforce. That's going to be several cycles away. So you can be paused now. Good work, dude. You did a fantastic job. And we're just low on haulers, huh? Yeah, because I put these builders in. So builders, you're done. You've cleaned up almost everything except some of these berries, which we probably don't have storage for. That's fine. They will get around to it. Now this is all set up. That's closed. So now we can say, hey, automatic close above 0.5 of a tile. Beautiful. Look at all this nice land to work with. We can even dynamite this down for more. You know, I think we should put in some trees in here right away. And I can kind of slot stuff in over here because we can't build there right now anyway. So a forester in here would be good. I think I just want to slow this down a little bit. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Okay, this is on. This is down. You're paused. Is there anything else I need to think about? I did not make that. I did not make that sticky note and put it on my monitor. I might be forgetting something. Okay, let's check our population. It's climbing up. It's climbing up. It's probably worth it to get another breeding pod in here soon. And it's just so easy for your population to boom out of control on Iron Teeth that I want to wait a little bit and see what we get up to with our 4 breeding pods. We've got plenty of food. We've got an okay supply of water. I wouldn't say this is, you know, we get pretty far into this during those long droughts. So I don't want to go too crazy with beavers because we could definitely drink all of our water pretty easily. So forester. Where do we want this forester? If we put him somewhere where we can build some platforms, he can also build across to this side. I thought about having food down here. I don't think we need to have food down here because we just have so much corn coming in now that it's like a non-issue for the moment. So I think this would be a really good spot to just have a little outpost to put. We could put mangroves in here even if we wanted. That is an idea, because this will always be one tile. Maybe we'll put mangroves in. I like that idea. I would like to build a pathway across here so that we can see what our forester can reach. So where do I put this pathway in? Like that. So where can you reach? Not much over there. Flip you here. You can't get all of that. This might be a two forester sort of situation. If I put you right there, you can get a lot. What if I flip your door? You can't plant this last bit. Yeah, this might be a two forester situation. What gets me more plantable tiles? I think this way gets me a few more down here. Yeah. Okay. We'll put you there. And let's get a teeth grindstone here. This is a plantable tile. So is that. So we'll put the, so you can get just about everything. Not quite everything. And then I'll need like another one somewhere else. Maybe another platform right there. Cool. Let's crank up the speed again. Check in. Sweet. So we want to get this guy down so that he can cut down these birch. Let's just mark all this. Mark all this stuff here. You can even cut over here. Again, there's like a little bit of space we can't plant. But we could get some contamination barriers in here, so you know, can make more plantable land. And then we can put some stairs in here for you to plant the mangroves. Good on water. That's going. Got a few haulers. Our raw foods, we just have a lot of storage for them. Are these guys, I think we need to add another farmer in. I have 6 farmers. Because it doesn't really look like they're getting to everything that needs doing every day. And we have some population to spare now. Now that as these breeding pods get working. Our well-being's up because of the corn rations now. And those are just such a great source of food. I mean, we're already full. We probably don't need this warehouse here. You know, we'd be fine with a medium warehouse, but I just don't really have anything else I want to put in there right now. All right, Forester is done. So you can plant everything but those 2 tiles. So I think we just want a bunch of oaks here. And we can use this area for... There's probably a better way to do this, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Think about it a little bit offline. And you can also plant a lot of this area. Was it to there? 1 more row. Cool. That's a lot of work to do. It will take him some time. And let's go ahead and throw some mangroves in as well. How much of this? You can get down to the same. That makes sense. Sweet. So this will give us a little bit more food. It'll give us a lot more wood. These will be for food. We won't be chopping these down. So that means we need to put a gathering flag in here, but not yet. It's going to take them some time. It would make sense to put in another forester to just help get all this stuff planted. Once we clear out, we're not quite clear of the birch. Once we clear out all the birch, I think I'll delete this guy and throw another forester down just to get this area up and running. Are you able to be cut down? Yes, you are. Okay, there it is. Cool. All right, get out of there. Let's put in another forester to get this up and running a little quicker. Yeah, and we can plant. We've got all this space back here to put more stuff. So let's get this last. Let's get that oak right there. In fact, it makes sense to do something like this. And let's flip that around. And then we can have like lumberjacks back here. But not quite yet. Cool. Well, you guys are... Oh, we need more metal, eh? Okay. Well, that's something that we will have to address in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all the gamers for sticking through me with the visual issues. I'm hoping that it is resolved in this. I really have been struggling to get these video settings right. So hopefully things are looking good. Thank you so much for coming. Again, please leave me a comment, any feedback you have, constructive criticism, whatever. I am interested in becoming a better content creator. So let me know if you have any feedback. Let me know if we should focus on either of these areas. Is there something else you think I should be focusing on? And thanks so much. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.